Hey everybody, Milo here. I wanted to do an experiment based on a question I've been receiving quite often, and that I've had other coaches ask me or tell me. So I just wanted to kind of verify for myself. And that question is, or that statement is, how much speed comes from the hands and arms? And I've had coaches tell me upwards of 95%, and others say 67%. And they're just throwing numbers out there saying that it's verified knowledge that that's how much speed comes from the hands and arms. And so I want to do a quick test, not to prove them wrong or right, just to kind of see for me how much of my speed comes from my hands and arms. And just to give you a quick example. So first thing I'm going to do in this test is I'm going to do my best to eliminate all rotation. So no hip rotation, no chest rotation, just isolate hands and arms. So I want to see, I got my swing speed radar out here. Not that thing's perfectly accurate, but I just want to see if I eliminate all rotation, what kind of speeds I can get. So 60 miles per hour, 60 miles per hour again. Oh, chest is rotating. 58. So it looks like somewhere between 58 and 60 would be kind of the high end of what I can produce if I eliminated all rotation. It's kind of hard to do, but so for me, 58 to 60, I generally swing somewhere between 120 and 125. So maybe 50% of my speed is coming from my hands and arms. Okay. So next thing I want to do is I want to get on my knees and swing off my knees, because I've heard this is where their argument comes in, that you can make 80% or 75 or whatever that number is swinging off your knees. And they say when you do that, you're only using your arms. So if I swing just with my arms, no rotation in my torso, 54, 51, okay. So I can't go very fast if I don't use my torso. So now I'm going to start letting my chest have some range of motion, and that's going to give me access to more arm swing, and it's also going to be kind of a turbocharger for my arms. So 108. So we're going 108 miles an hour, not using our legs. We're on the ground, but we're definitely using a lot of chest power there, okay? So that's a lot of torso rotation coupled with arm swing. It gives me a little more access to be able to use my arms more efficiently, and gives them a little bit of a transportation, a turbo boost, so then they can spring out. So next we're going to add in just a little bit of hip rotation. Actually, before we do that, let's add in the torso rotation, but try not to propel it with our chest. So I'm going to add in all the rotation I need, so lots of rotation, and then just try to make my hands go fast. Okay, so that's 104 miles an hour. I know I can go faster. Here we go. All the rotation we need, hands go fast. 106. Okay, so now in this piece, I want to try not to use my hands at all. My goal is I'm going to give myself access to the full wind up and then the full unwind, and just let my hands get the energy that they need out of that. 122. And there I feel as though I'm not using my hands. Now, the truth is, they're doing something. So now, let's start adding in rotation. Let the legs do a little bit of their job, which for me, the legs are a platform to help me be able to spring load and use my chest more efficiently. I'm not trying to fire my hips. What I'm trying to do is give myself a little more range of motion, and then a little bit of a drop, so some vertical force and a little push, but that's allowing me to use my chest even more efficiently. So if we start adding those elements in, now we see 125 first swing, and we can get that significantly faster if we try for a minute. So it's just my opinion. Anybody who tries to tell you, oh, you just have to swing your arms and let your body react, that may or may not be true. It is true, hand speed is necessary. If we want to be able to make the club go fast, we have to be able to access hand speed. But for each of us as athletes, what we feel to do that, it won't always be the same. So for me, it's a total system. And if you want to be the most efficient, you need to develop the total system